81 reasons to fall in love with Turkey, and number 42 is Konya.
Oh my god.
Konya'ya hoş geldiniz. Welcome to the province that has so many hidden gems that I couldn't believe myself when I stumbled upon Lake Mekke. This place used to be a volcano many years ago, I mean millions of years ago, and today it is one of the magical places in Turkey. Another gem is the ancient city of Kilistra, which dates back to over 2,300 years ago and has many similarities to Cappadocia. But Konya is much more than that. Most people would say it's the heart of Turkey and also the place of Mevlana. I personally want to learn more about Mevlana and the historical value of this region. I'm now at the Mevlana Cultural Center. It's almost 7 p.m. and every Saturday the dancing dervishes are showing their performance here. The ticket was 50 liras. I would recommend to come here 30 minutes before to get a seat in the first row. The dance of the whirling dervishes is called Sema and it has a big spiritual meaning. Say that Sema is an art that has been practiced since the 13th century. The dervishes are going to dance in honor of their great teacher. They are whirling around to seek spiritual perfection. The performance went on for 1.5 hours, combining lighting, music and of course the dance. It was a unique experience for me and I hope this cultural and spiritual heritage lives on forever. So who was Mevlana and what can we learn from him? The original name of Mevlana is Muhammad Jalaluddin, and for Western people he's also known as Rumi. Mevlana was born in 1207 close to today's Afghanistan and he is known in the entire world for his poems and words of wisdom. His works were translated into many languages and in the USA he is even the most selling poet. So Mevlana was living in the 13th century and he did not make any discrimination between people. One of the famous things he said was come whoever you are. He had unlimited love of humanity and endless tolerance, which did not only impress the world of Islam, but the whole world. Throughout his life, Mevlana visited a lot of countries, not only as a student, but also as a scholar, where he taught about his view of life. I'm going now inside the resting place of Mevlana. It is very crowded. Wow. Mevlana died on the 17th December 1273 and he was buried here next to his father. In 1927 this place was opened for the public and turned into a museum. This is a very holy place, the shrine of Mevlana here in Konya, and a pilgrimage place for many people from all around the world. The museum complex has many different small rooms where you can learn more about the life of Mevlana and about Mevlevi. Welcome to Francie's Food Review. I'm now in the old town of Konya trying to find some etli ekmek. I feel like this is the right place for this. Also there are a lot of shops around. It feels like a big open bazaar. Etli ekmek ne? Pide gibi mi?
Etli ekmek hamurunuzu açıyoruz. İçine et, biber ve domates. Bazıları soğan da koyar ama biz soğan koymuyoruz. Sadece biber ve domates koyuyoruz ve sebzesiyle birlikte bu şekilde bir şey.
Tamam, çok teşekkürler. Çok heyecanlıyım. This is the etli ekmek. It looks already different than the one I tried in Berlin, to be honest. Of course, it is made freshly out of the oven. I hope it's not spicy, but let's see. With the etli ekmek, we also have a salad.
Salad Ayran and Etli Ekmek. I couldn't be happier, to be honest.
As you already know, I went to Berlin, to Germany, my hometown, and I tried some Turkish restaurants over there, and one of them was from Konya, so I already tried Etli Ekmek, but never did I try it in actual Konya. And Konya is a very valuable province in terms of gastronomy. That's why I'm super excited to try the Etli Ekmek over here.
It's definitely much thinner than the typical pide that we know. It is very, very good. I love it. It's not spicy at all. I think that's what this is for. And of course, when you eat Etli Ekmek, you have to drink ayran as well. It's mandatory. You have to drink it. It is crispy, but at the same time, it's also soft. The meat makes it soft and juicy. It's definitely 100 times better than what I've tried in Germany. Afiyet olsun.
This is the Aziziye Mosque, and it's very special because it's a very unique mosque here in Turkey. You can only find it once because of its special features. It's an Ottoman mosque, and one of the special things about this mosque is something that you can see right behind me, the big glass windows, bigger than the actual door.
Also, something really interesting about this mosque is that there are stairs that lead to the first floor. Welcome to Çatalhöyük, one of the largest and best preserved Neolithic settlements. Right now I'm sitting in a replica house so that you can imagine how the people used to live here 9,000 years ago. And one thing that was very, very special about these houses is that they had no doors, so you were not able to get into the house in a normal way. They had holes in the roof and they used ladders to actually climb into their houses. So this was a very, very unique feature for this time. Also, as you can see, even though this place has not really any windows, that it's quite bright, and it was really important for them back in the days, so they replastered the walls to reflect the sun in the home. The people back then were pretty hardworking and they liked to create things with their hands. Also, they added a lot of artworks on the walls, so you can even find handprints, shapes or animals on the walls. This place was found in the 1960s, and since then archaeologists from all around the world came here to make research on the site and of course to excavate the place. Excavations are still ongoing, the research is not done yet, of course. There is no entrance fee, one of the best archaeological sites that I have seen so far. Here we are at the excavation site of Çatalhöyük, and it has a big relevance for human history because it gave us an insight of the first house architecture, the first settlement of the New Stone Age, and an understanding of why people shifted to this kind of living. We can also see holes in the ground. These were burial pits, so people were buried in there. And also, if we look at the walls, they're pretty thick. So this indicates that there were two houses right next to each other and literally no space for any streets or other open spaces. So Çatalhöyük is definitely one of the oldest settlements in the world, and what makes the site so special next to other New Stone Age settlements is that this settlement was not only a settlement, but it also took the next phase to urbanization and was one of the first agricultural communities. A lot of experts from around the world are working on the site to understand the life of humans from 9,000 years ago. The people used to live here uninterruptedly for over 2,000 years. It has really a big importance for human history, and all of this can be found very, very close to Konya city, just like a 30-minute drive away. Let's check out the inside of one of those houses, and you can see that not every house was the same, so they all look quite individual and they had their unique features, but most of them had those ladders to the rooftop because that's where most of the day activities took place, outside on top of the roof.
I am very excited because I'm now on my way to a small town very close to Konya called Sille. It's a very special town because there are a lot of things to explore.
just arrived in Sile. There's no entrance for cars. First time I've seen something like this here in Turkey. So super excited for that. And I'm ready to walk. But why am I here and why is it such a special place? Well, the town is so special because Greeks and Turks used to live here side by side peacefully for over 800 years until 1924. It is also one of the very few villages where the Cappadocian Greek language was spoken until the Greeks left this place. And thanks to Mevlana, the people could live their Orthodox Christian religion. And here is actually one of the very good examples of such an Orthodox church in the Sile village. I think that is very interesting that Rumi actually used the Turkish Arabic alphabet to write Greek poems. During the population exchange in 1923, all the Greek villagers left this place. They went to Greece, and in 1924 there was no Greek person left here. Now it became quite a touristic town with a lot of restaurants, great breakfast and these historical sites to visit.
Böyle ayna var bak, şöyle elinle tutacaksın.
Anladım.
Şöyle bakacaksın.
Çok güzel.
Sana bak şu yeşil çok güzel olur.
Evet.
Şundan vereyim mi?
Yok ya.
Tamam. İlk Türkçeyi iyi öğrenmiş. Türkiye'de mi yaşıyor?
Evet, acıdı burayı.
Bak sana bir renk daha
Tamam, bakıyorum.
Şöyle. Bu şekilde.
Çok güzel, alıyorum.
Torbaya koyayım mı, bağlayacağım?
Evet, bu güzel.
Bu güzel.
Harika.
Bir tane de bundan.
Tamam. Currently the village is protected, so lots of the houses are actually under construction or renovation for tourism purposes and also to keep the authentic style and charm of the town. Here we can see a really good example of how they renovated and kept the very old traditional style of these houses. I am in shock. Kalbim kırık. Totally don't understand how people can treat place like this. People riding on them like it's a piece of paper and you can easily renew it. No, you cannot renew such a historical place. We can even see paintings on the walls. The great thing is that I'm not sponsored by anybody. I can tell you how I really feel about these places. I'm not here to tell everybody how nice and awesome everything is when it's not. This cave is amazing, but it needs more respect. And if we look at the cave, we can see that it was quite a complex cave construction. This place used to be a home to civilization that used to live here. And I think it's really disrespectful to come here and destroy the place on purpose just to write some names that may last for a couple of years. But this place lasted for centuries. We are now in the tropical butterfly valley here in Konya. Adınız ne?
Güler.
Güla. Güla is so kind and she's helping me out. It's pretty hot here. Kaç tane kelebek var burada?
Yaklaşık 35 farklı tür, 5000 üzerinde kelebek var.
5000'den, 1000'den.
Yes.
Wow.
Ama hepsi aynı anda uçmuyor ve güneşin daha fazla olduğu saatleri tercih ediyorlar. Çünkü kelebekler güneşi çok seviyor.
Sıcak, hava sıcak, farklı.
Evet, çünkü bize gelen kelebekler Kenya, Costa Rica, Filipin, Malezya'dan geldiği için onların yaşam ortamları sıcak ve nemli. İkinci kata çıkıyoruz hem de tekrar birinci kata iniyoruz. Değişik.
Çok ilginç. Tamam, it's like a circle, so you're walking around and you're going to end up at the same place like you came.
Bahçede üretim ve çoğalma işlemi olmuyor. Kelebekler bize dediğim o ülkelerden kelebeğin 3. evresi olan pupa aşamasında geliyor.
Çok teşekkürler gerçekten. Çok şey öğrendim bugün. Teşekkürler, iyi günler. The Alaaddin Hill, a beautiful park in the center of Konya, but it is more than just a park. It is actually a historical site. There is the Alaaddin Jami, a big complex
Also, this hill was home to ancient civilizations like the Phrygians, the Hittites, or also the Seljuks.
One of the most important historical buildings on the Aladdin Hill is the Aladdin Mosque. I'm in the mosque right now and it is quite big. I didn't expect this.
So the Aladdin Mosque served as the main prayer hall for the Seljuk Sultans of Rum. The mosque was constructed between the 12th and 13th century and it is one of the largest Seljuk mosques that can still be found here in Konya. So who was Alaaddin? Why Alaaddin Mosque? Because it was Seljuk Sultan Alaaddin Keykubat I who ruled over Konya back in the time. This beautiful mosque is called the Eşrefoğlu Mosque and it was built in the 13th century by the Seljuks. It's actually the largest and well-preserved wooden columned and roofed mosque in the Islamic world, and until now I think one of the most impressive mosques that I've ever been to. I just arrived at Beyşehir, a really small, cute town at the lake of Beyşehir. With over 600 square kilometers, this is Turkey's largest freshwater lake and a paradise for all kinds of bird species. But there is another reason why I came to Beyşehir, and that's the monument Eflatun Pınar, which dates back to the time of the Hittites. This place is very special, like every place in Konya basically, because it is the most southwestern place where the Hittites used to reside. Eflatun Pınar is the name of the spring, and here you can see the pool that the Hittites built. We are here in the Beyşehir National Park and this shrine was interpreted to be built for Plato. So on the shrine you can actually see human figures. On the bottom of the monument you can also see 5 figures representing the 5 mountain gods. That's it from Konya. See you next time.